Nobody is really talking about this the way they should be. A woman tried to jump Rihanna. Her kids were home. The shooter came fully prepared. Wig, extra ammo, paper plates on the car. And 1 week after getting the highest bail in LA history, a judge quietly cut it by 5 times. No explanation. Nothing.
At first, this sounded like just another crazy fan story. And honestly, that's how the headlines made it seem. But as more details came out, it became harder to believe this was just a random person who snapped. The first thing that caught people's attention was the bail. The judge set it at $10.2 million, the highest in Los Angeles County history for a shooting where no one was physically hurt.
Think about that.
Some actual murder cases in LA have had lower bail. So why treat this person as such an extreme danger? Then, just 1 week later, with no new evidence, the same judge cut the bail down to $1.8 million, just like that. No real explanation. Barely any media coverage. That alone suggests this story is much bigger than what's being reported. Here's what happened. On March 8, 2026, a 35-year-old woman, Ivana Lizette Ortiz, drove from Orlando to Beverly Hills. She pulled up to Rihanna's front gate and fired over 10 shots with an AR-15 style rifle. The bullets hit the gate, the house, and a silver Airstream trailer in the driveway. And here's the shocking part. Rihanna and A$AP Rocky were inside that trailer at the exact moment the shots were fired. Not the main house, the trailer. Also inside the property were 3 children, Rihanna's mother, and 2 staff members. 8 people in total were at risk.
Along here, new tonight, a woman is in custody after firing multiple shots at the California home of pop star Rihanna while she was inside. Lori Perez reports from the Beverly Crest neighborhood of Los Angeles.
We are down the street from Rihanna's house here in Beverly Crest, just north of Beverly Hills. You can see an officer stationed here, yellow tape closing the street off to through traffic. LAPD tells us they arrested a person earlier today for firing multiple shots at the house. This happened just after 1 today Pacific time. We can see multiple bullet holes in the fence outside the home. The LA Times is reporting the pop star was inside at the time. It is unclear if her partner, the rapper A$AP Rocky, or their 3 children were also there.
Police tracked the car to a Sherman Oaks shopping center where they found the rifle and 7 shell casings, and now Ortiz is being held on a massive $10.2 million bail. At this time, reports indicate Rihanna is safe, and it's unclear if A$AP Rocky or their 3 children were home.
After the shooting, Ortiz drove away calmly. She was caught about 30 minutes later at a shopping center just 7 miles away. When police searched her car, they found an AR-15, 7 spent shell casings, a blonde wig, and a 30-round magazine in the trunk. The district attorney made it clear this was willful, deliberate, and premeditated.
Clues now in the assault rifle attack on Rihanna's mansion. As we're learning more about the woman police say opened fire on the Grammy winner's home. Eyewitness News reporter Liz Nagy live outside the Beverly Glen home with new revelations tonight. Liz.
Mark, tonight investigators are looking into new videos posted online long before they say Ivana Ortiz showed up here outside Rihanna's home.
Rihanna, when you die, God is taking me to my future. You want to kill me. Shut the up.
Investigators are now looking at this rambling talk-to-camera video posted on January 4th and many others like it on Ortiz's social media profiles.
Now, here's the context you need. On January 30th, 2026, the Department of Justice released over 3.5 million pages of documents connected to Jeffrey Epstein. One detail that stood out: Jay-Z's name appeared in the files. He has not been charged with anything, and the mention comes from an anonymous tip about an alleged incident from 1996. Still, on March 3rd, just 5 days before the shooting, Congresswoman Nancy Mace confirmed he is among those being reviewed. Why does this matter? Because Jay-Z discovered Rihanna and has been connected to her career since she was a teenager. Now, let's talk about Ivana Ortiz. At first, people thought she was just a fan who snapped. Her social media supported that. She had been posting about Rihanna for months, accusing her of harassment and making intense, repeated claims. But here's the issue. Her actions don't match someone who just lost control. She drove over 2,500 miles from Florida to California, brought a blonde wig to change her appearance, carried extra ammunition, and used paper license plates to avoid tracking. This wasn't random. It was planned. And then there's the bail. It was set at $10.2 million, the highest in LA County history, only to be cut 5 times a week later with no explanation. So the real question is, who benefits from her getting out sooner?
Listen, Rihanna, when you die, God is taking me to my future.
10 felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm.
She only did her little music thing so that she could do witchcraft.
Now, here's the Live Nation connection. Pay close attention. 4 months before the shooting, in October 2025, Ivana Ortiz filed a lawsuit against Live Nation. She tried to block a Billie Eilish concert in Orlando, claiming it would cause her immediate harm. The court dismissed the case and the concert went on. But here's what makes it interesting. Live Nation also promotes Rihanna's tours through Roc Nation, Jay-Z's company. It's the same company currently facing a Department of Justice lawsuit over alleged control of the concert industry. Some have pointed to a pattern often discussed by Cat Williams. He claims the industry sometimes uses individuals with a public history of erratic behavior, making it easier to dismiss incidents as the actions of a crazy person. Ortiz appears to fit that profile: visible social media history, mental health questions, and a case that could be quickly closed before deeper questions are asked.
Diva Rihanna. And when she walked into our office, I was like, you know, she just had, it was just something about her. It was just, she had this, you know, it was just something about it. Then she performed the song, and I was like, okay, okay. Then, you know, we sat down and we talked. And they were talking about how she would stay in the studio and try to get the verse over, and then come back the next day. I was like, oh, work ethic, everything is there. So we signed it that night. We didn't let her leave the office. Really? The 3 in the morning was when that contract got signed. So from the meeting around 3, 4 in the afternoon, we signed it by 3 in the morning. Wow. That day, I was absolutely certain.
Oh yes, he said, we don't sing songs here, we sing artists. And there was this little pause, and I was nervous. But then he said, and we're interested. And there's this sudden feel of relief. But then he said something about a window and a door or something. Oh, then he said, he did it one more. I did a lot of homework on you, Miss Lady. He said, there are 2 ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal signed or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
Now, let's go back to 2005. Rihanna was just 16 when she auditioned for Def Jam in New York, where Jay-Z was president. After her performance, she later shared on the Tyra Banks show that Jay-Z told her there were only 2 ways to leave: through the door with a deal or through the window, since they were on the 29th floor. The audience reacted, and Rihanna laughed it off nervously. Jay-Z later confirmed in a 2005 MTV interview that she didn't leave that night. The contract was signed around 3 a.m.
Shooting at Rihanna's LA home was premeditated, prosecutors say. What we know about the suspect and case that a Florida woman is facing 1 count of attempted murder and other charges in connection to the shooting at the Diamonds singer's home.
Now I want to know from you, do you think Ivana Ortiz acted completely alone? Or do you think this goes deeper? I want to read what you actually think, not just the safe answer. If this video made you think, share it, because this is
a 3 a.m. contract. A 16-year-old with no parents present, and a powerful executive who wouldn't let her leave. In 2005, it was framed as ambition. In 2026, with renewed scrutiny on the entertainment industry, it raises more questions. Rihanna has spent 20 years at the top. She's been in the rooms, on the jets, and around the most powerful people. With ongoing investigations into figures like Diddy and past cases like Weinstein, some believe she could hold important insight. Just days before the shooting, officials confirmed that Jay-Z is among those being reviewed in connection with Epstein-related documents. Then, on March 8th, shots were fired at Rihanna's home. The very next day, she reportedly left Los Angeles with her family and has stayed out of the public eye since. No statements. No return. Some point to a pattern often discussed by Cat Williams, that fear, not force, is used to keep people quiet. Meanwhile, 50 Cent, usually outspoken, stayed silent publicly, though reports say he reached out privately. There are also other theories. One involves A$AP Rocky's past conflict with A$AP Rocky. Another suggests broader industry connections, though nothing has been confirmed. What is confirmed? A Florida woman has been charged with attempted murder in connection to the shooting. So the question remains, did Ivana Ortiz act alone, or is there more to the story?